said I was just muscle, just a shadow at the gate, a hired hand with metal bones, too rough to carry weight. You said a man like me knew nothing noble, nothing high, but every word I gave to you was truth I'd never deny. You looked at me with distance, like I'd never understand, like honor only lived inside a softer, cleaner hand. But my oath was carved in granite, and my will was forged in steel, and all the things you never saw were always cold and real. You said I'd run at gunfire, I would vanish in the smoke, that someone with enough to spend could buy the vows I spoke. They tried with gold and privilege, with promises and lies, but none of them could bend the line reflected in my eyes. They whispered I was lowborn, just a brute beneath command, a tool your father purchased to be moved by his demand. But tools do not stay watchful when the night begins to fall, and tools do not keep standing when there's nothing left at all. When the towers split like thunder, when the streets became a pyre, when your father's proud dominion started sinking in the fire, when the trust it all went missing, when the house began to break, I was there beside your heartbeat, every step and every shake. I stayed through the ruin and the rain, I stayed through the sirens and the pain, I stayed when the empire turned to dust and all its glory was erased. I stayed. Look at me now, don't turn away, I see the truth shine through your face. If this is where my story ends, then live and remember my sacrifice. When the money stopped its flowing and the loyal all withdrew, when the polished halls fell silent and the sky no longer blue, when your father's friends abandoned every promise, every plan, I was still the one beside you, still the last remaining man. Not for status, not for payment, not for favor, not for name, not for any future blessing, not for comfort, not for fame. I stood because I gave my word, and once my word is cast, it does not break in fear or hunger, it endures until the last. Now the glass is falling round us, now the end is closing in, now the walls are lit in crimson, now the air is ash and wind, and I see it in your eyes now, what you never saw before. Honor does not wear a title, it is what a man stands for. I stay through the ruin and the rain, I stay through the sirens and the pain, I stay when the empire turned to dust and all its glory was erased. I stay. Look at me now, don't turn away, I see the truth shine through your face. If this is where my story ends, then live and remember my sacrifice. I'm smiling as I shield you, though the blast tears through my back. A sun of broken violence bursts the night to burning black. Hold on to life, don't waste this breath, don't let my vigil die. For all I was, for all I gave, let something of me survive. You said I was a lackey, just a man beneath your name, but stone remembers every oath and steel remembers flame. Now your eyes at last are speaking what your proud lips never could. You know I never served for coin, I served because I nothing left to save, I stay when the empire of your father fell sacrifice.
My word was cut in granite.
My oath was sealed in steel.
Now you know what loyalty is.
Now you know that I was real. So when the night returns again and ghosts walk through the neon light, remember who remained with you and held the line against the night.